In this video, we're going to take a look at creating another construction block. In this case, we're going to do the rectangular prism, and we're going to do so by making sure that we are in our default project of the construction blocks, and we're going to go ahead and select the new button. And from here, we're going to create a new standard IPT, so a new part file, and select create. To get started, in the last video, we're going to follow a very similar process. And when we do so, we're also going to explore a little bit with some of the navigation options as well. We didn't get to go through in that first video. So I'm going to go ahead and select Start 2D Sketch. Again, I'm going to choose the top portion of that button just to select the default, which is the 2D sketch. I'm going to select the XY plane, and I'm going to go ahead and go up here and grab the 2-point rectangle, and I'm going to select right on the origin. When I'm right on the origin, you'll see a green dot that'll show up as you do so. And I'm going to go ahead and select it, and I'm going to go ahead and draw approximately to the size and shape that we need. And you'll see that when I get done, when I go ahead and say OK to stop drawing the rectangle, it says down here I need 2 dimensions in order to fully constrain this sketch. So I'm going to go ahead and click dimension. The width of this block is going to end up being 1.125, an eighth of an inch and 1/8, I should say. I'm going to zoom out here. Sometimes when it scales the sketch, you might have to zoom in or out. And then the height of it is going to be 2 5/16. So if I go ahead and type 2 space 5 divided by 16, you'll see it's going to go ahead and accept that fraction. And even if I go ahead and change that to anything else, like for example 2.313, which is the decimal equivalent, you notice it didn't move the line. It just accepted the value, whether it was in fraction form or whether it was in decimal form. So that's the cool part about Inventor, since it's going to be able to evaluate that. I'm going to go ahead and select Finish. And I always like to click on the Home button to get it to size the sketch up to fit to the screen. I'm going to select the Extrude option. Go ahead and I'm going to flip this direction just because that's a preference. If you like it coming in this direction, you can go ahead and keep it that way. I'm going to go ahead and select this direction, change the depth to 1.125, and then go ahead and select OK. From here, we're going to go ahead on the material. I'm going to scroll down till I find wood maple, and then we can change the color. Here in this one, I'm going to go ahead and again keep with the blue color for our Batesville Bulldogs. We'll go ahead and keep that blue color going there. All right, as far as creating this was not a lot different from the cube, other than the one thing I want to kind of point out to you is that here's some of the navigation tools. So the navigation tools, you can end up utilizing pan. Pan allows you to move across the screen like this. The other option for pan is you can, if you're utilizing a mouse, press down and hold on your scroll wheel. You'll see your cursor changes to the little hand icon, and then just move your mouse around. So again, you'll hear a click sound when you hear that scroll wheel engage, and once you have that. The other option is the zoom, and there's a few different options: zoom, zoom all, zoom window. If you choose like a zoom window, you can click a portion of the screen and have it zoom. I always just use my scroll wheel, rolling forward, rolling backward, to get it to be able to zoom in and zoom out. It does depend upon where your cursor is. So wherever you put your cursor, that is where it's going to zoom to. So just to kind of point that out as you're kind of working along with your screen. You can also do orbit. So orbit tool, if you click and drag, it allows you to spin around and move this thing all around. If you hold the shift key while you press down on your scroll wheel, it will also do the same thing. So it's a little shortcut. So that's the other benefit as well. And then you have the look at command, which if you click on it, and if you select on a face, it'll actually turn it 90 degrees. And if you get this thing turned around so much you don't know which end is up, you can always go up here to the view cube, click on the home icon. It brings it right back into top, front, right side orientation. You can also click and drag on the view cube as well to be able to rotate around, or even click on the faces to be able to get it to turn front. Click on the little arrows on the sides. That'll rotate them 90 degrees. Same thing with the little curved arrows. It will rotate and spin these 90 degrees as well as you need and see fit. So a little bit with navigation just to show you how to kind of move about the screen and move about the environment a little quicker. The mouse is probably the biggest and tool that you can use and probably the fastest way, and just wanted to kind of point that out. So let's go ahead and select save. We will call this the rectangular prism. And you'll see that it is saving into our folder with the cube, which is really well done. And that's because of that Inventor project file. If you didn't have the project file set up, you would have to actually trace down and be able to put in what folder and everything you were looking for. So the project folder helps kind of bring this all right up for you and gets it all set up as well. Go ahead and select save. If we close the menu, you'll see now the 2 files are there, and that way you're able to kind of work with some of those and be able to do some things there. All right, check out the next video. We're going to model another construction block here in Inventor, and until we get all 9 construction blocks, we have 2 rectangular shaped ones left, and then we'll move on to triangular ones.